Yeah, Dolphins with another victory. Woo! But man, we need to get more primetime games because I swear these guys play lights out in the dark, bro. What about Christian Wilkins? Murderizing people. What a game. I'm glad we got the victory. It was a victory that what I said before when we were talking with Kadeem and stuff and everything like that and all this other stuff that we got to get past that same old Dolphins type of thing. Shout out the guys over at same old Dolphins show. But we got to get out of this worried about any opponent because this team is different. And to start it off, guys, all you guys that wanted to fire Flo, fire Greer, ready to jump off, look at us now. We're breaking records, 7 straight wins after 7 straight losses. What do you think, Mike?
Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm jacked up, man. I really, really am. The defense was everything we hoped for, bro. That defense was amazing, man. Amazing, bro.
Dude,
Amazing.
everybody showed up on defense. I mean, Ogba had hit. The only person that really didn't show up, but I saw him chase down a couple guys, was Phillips. But I mean, everybody stepped up. Van Ginkel had the tip on the pick by Needham. You had Holland making his presence felt. Brandon Jones making his presence felt. Wilkins, Raekwon Davis. I mean, Sealer had a game. I mean, this team, Xavier Howard had a game. Byron Jones had that one penalty, illegal hands to the face. But man, everybody on the defense showed up tonight, boy. Everybody showed up to play.
It really did, man. I was impressed. I mean, dude, Jones came in and got that hit on the quarterback. First of all, Brandon Jones, I love him on blitz on the outside. Got a pick today. I mean, everybody did amazing. It's, this was kind of the parallel I was making where since Brian Flores and Chris Greer have taken over this team, I've never felt so many times as being a Dolphins fan where we're in the fourth quarter and I'm not biting my nails. Like, we know we're winning this fucking game, dude. Like, that doesn't happen very often for Dolphins fan where we're like, we're going to win this football game. And we do. It's not like we blow it at the end or something like that, man. It was amazing, bro.
We got a defense that knows how to finish a game. They learned it last year, and the offense had to learn how to do it. But the defense is doing its job. The defense is playing like a top 5 defense, and right now, I feel bad for anybody that's playing against us because we're hurting people. It's about to be fun to watch these next 2 games. Tennessee, it's going to be a dogfight. They got with Deontay Foreman and Damian or something Hillard. I forgot his first name, but they just.
Yeah, they got AJ Nichols, Hillard, all that guys. I ain't shook. It's Ryan Tannehill. I hope we see him. We're going to bust that boy up, give him an old Miami love. I'm super, super just jacked right now for just this team, man. I mean, look at how these guys are getting it. It's so much fun to watch this defense fly around. They closed the book on Book today. The whole deal, man. The whole deal, bro.
Hey, man, I'm so impressed with the overall aspect of the game, special teams, everything. Tua had that one really terrible interception, but I wasn't too concerned with the interception as much as he missed Waddle. That would have been that 73-yard bomb that I told you Waddle was going to have. But dude, it was so close. It was
so close, dude. I'm like, oh, Devontae's not going to be the guy like I thought. It's going to be Waddle because it was definitely Waddle, man. And
Devontae didn't even have a catch, bro.
He didn't, bro. He was non-existent. I don't know what happened. I'll tell you what, though, and I tweeted this during the game. Shout out to Josh Houts. He said he had a video. They need to stop messing around. Matt Collins needs a roll starting and snaps. I don't give a damn. Cut someone, figure it out. This guy gets production. Matt Collins, I mean, bro, that ball all jacked up short. He never dropped it. Never
put that ball. Man, put the arm between the ball.
Oh, man, it's just big. He's funny. He's a great leader. I'm looking at it right now. Dolphins are sitting in the wild card spot right now on the
Number
TV, bro.
7, baby.
Woo! Yeah, man, I'm jacked up, bro. I'm jacked up. Guys, if you are watching the show, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I put a link on all networks. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Hop in, hit the link, come hang out at the tailgate party. It never stops. I am your host, El Capitan, Chris Adams. With me is Mike on the mic. We're ready to just do this after party, do it right. We're going to be here for a while. Please, guys, send your comments. You got questions, you want to talk about the game, jump in. We're here to have a good time. Crack open a beer, kick your feet up, because the Dolphins just won the game. And now right now we have really controlled our own destiny, guys. We really have.
Got these good vibes going on.
So there's some.
Hey, I got a keg in my fridge. I'll get it out.
Yeah. Well, let's go get it. Get the keg out right now. Freaking, I mean, guys, Waddle caught 10 catches today, tying Jerry Rice's Monday Night Football record. I don't know if anyone else caught the graphic.
For a rookie.
Yeah, for a rookie, excuse me. What this kid is, what is he? How many catches away? 5 catches away from tying the record right now?
101. He's 96.
Bro, I mean, he is a monster, worth every bit of that top freaking 10 draft pick that everyone was complaining about. Get
Number
Jamar
6.
Chase, get Devontae Smith, get a lineman. Nah, let's get Waddle, because that's a real weapon, guys, and he is proving it.
Well, and yeah, you say weapon, and I think that's the perfect way to describe him, because I mean, as you saw tonight, Gotze is so smart at how he's utilizing them. He's getting him in the backfield, starting him at the tailback position, running him underneath, doing the sail route, doing the things from the backfield that, some receive, Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill, those 2 players, they get a lot of run coming out of the backfield as a wide receiver, but Waddle's a weapon, and he's a multiple player. Put him anywhere you want him. He's going to do it. He's going to do exactly what he's supposed to be doing, and they're using him exactly like they should. He is a weapon. You said it right.
Looking at a graphic right now, it says Dolphins are 7-0 since week 9, and Tua has the highest completion percentage with 74. Only the next person next to him is 72, and it's Joe Burrow, man. And I got to say, man, he has been the key. When he came in at that halftime, this whole narrative of this season has changed.
Yep.
I love it. I'm stoked. I don't know if you guys seen this, but friggin' Peyton Manning has only had 5 different starting QBs since he's been in the Saints. They have leaned on Breeze a lot, because it was Taysom Hill that would come out. So it's been Taysom Hill as the backup. They've had 4 this year.
Yep. Jameis, Simeon, Hill, and Book.
Yeah.
You said Peyton Manning. It's attaboy.
Yeah.
yeah, Sean Payton. But I got you.
Yeah, Sean Payton, brother dog. That's why I'm reading and looking and watching and talking and doing all at the same time, guys. I'm spinning like 12 plates over here. So anyhow, I gotta say, man, I have felt very comfortable in that fourth quarter. I felt very at ease that. And I kind of called it. I said, I hope by the end of the game, we're going to see our backup quarterback, roasted Brissett, in there. I got it. And we saw him earlier than that. And shout out again to Josh Houts on there. He said something about like that thing's cooked, or he's cooked. And I was like, that's an understatement, man. He is gone spoiled. That brisket is spoiled, bro. Man, he just looks so slow. So he got sandbags out there. But it was good to see him at the end of the game, running the clock out, taking this win in.
So I had one moment during the game where I was like, it was 20-3. I think it was 20-3. No, it was 17-3. And Alvin Kamara almost got that third down conversion on 3rd and 20. He almost got to the 30. And I was like, man, if they get this 4th down, they score right here, then Sean Payton's got some tricks up his sleeve, because he's famous for doing the onside kick in the Super Bowl at halftime. But that was the only moment. But once we stopped them, and then we sacked them 3 straight times. I mean,
oh my goodness, bro!
What, I think it's 8 sacks, right?
Yeah, 8 total sacks. Yeah. Agba had 2. I mean, Zach Seiler had 1. He pushed Book all the way to the outside, and Zach Seiler, he got wheels, bro. That big boy can move.
You ain't supposed to run that fast when you wear.
Oh my goodness, he caught up to that kid. I was blown. I was like, damn, dude, he just closed the gap like he was on skates out there.
Yeah. Yeah, he got to him so quick that Book was trying to throw that ball away. He was like, "Oh crap, I can't. I might as well."
Yeah, got this giant mountain standing over him and stuff like that.
Hey, my dad, Steeler's been my dad, one of my dad's favorite, kind of behind the scenes players, because he doesn't really get talked about that much. But he's been on Steelers since we got him, and he thinks he's an absolute monster. And tonight he showed out, and when you're playing alongside Raekwon Davis and Christian Wilkins and Agba and Phillips, you can show out.
Dude, how about Christian Wilkins getting underneath Alvin Kamara's skin early?
Yep.
talking
ripping
trash
that
to him.
towel.
Yeah, he pulled his towel off of him, got him to get out of his element, bro. He's getting in his head. Christian Wilkins was definitely, and anyone who's watched the mic'd up editions with Christian Wilkins knows he can talk, bro. That guy can talk. He's having too much fun out there, and if you're losing to him, he's gonna make sure to rub it in your face just a little bit.
He's where Waddle, got the decision to do the waddle. He finally got convinced, and you saw him pull it out again tonight on that touchdown. Just waddle.
Yep. And nothing like that. Some good old entertainment on on Monday night. It's the only game on tonight, and the Dolphins did us really, really, really proud representing this team the way we are. We want to be represented. We want to see winning games. What's crazy is that the Dolphins have been on a winning streak, and they've won every game by 7 points
or more.
And that is an amazing stat. Usually, guys, we're barely cutting out a win. No, we're taking, and granted, we've gotten a little bit lucky with COVID and backup QBs and stuff like that.
But you say lucky, and that's what I was about to bring up, is that all the talk is going to be about the teams we've played, the situations they've played in, blah, blah, blah. I said this on the pregame show. I'm going to say it again. Every team plays scrubs throughout the season. It's the ones who take care of business like they're supposed to. That's the ones that matter. And right now, the Dolphins are taking care of business, whether it's a good team or a bad team. They're winning 7 in a row. Proof's in the pudding. Just let them keep doing what they're doing. I don't care who we're playing.
But even outside of like the Jets game last week where he threw a couple of bad picks, and even that game, hope was never lost, and this team is taking care of business. It's not like we always seen the teams lower their standards to play up to the talent. That has not been the case, man. They are going 100 miles an hour. This defense is firing on all cylinders, and we are getting what us dying, poor Dolphin fans so desperately deserve: meaningful football late in the year that we can just enjoy to watch.
Yeah, and dude, we got guys making a name for themselves on a national stage right now too. I mean, back in the day, you had Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain, you had Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor back in the heydays in the late '90s, early 2000s. But Holland, Howard, Byron Jones, Brandon Jones, Emmanuel Ogba, all these guys are making a name for themselves on a national stage. People know who they are now. That's just, and you open the show with Chris Greer, and that's just a testament to Chris Greer. He's put talent on the field that people recognize is top level talent. Aside from the offensive line, you called me that Austin Jackson. I thought,
oh my God, bro,
was broke.
I thought he got to his back broke on that thing, man. Oh my God, dude, Austin Jackson, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, man?
But back to the point is, Chris Greer has put talent on the field that people are recognizing now, and you can't deny it anymore. You can't say, oh, well, they got lucky, blah, blah. This talent's performing week in and week out the last 7 weeks, and I mean, it's an interesting team to watch, and they're changing the schedule around a whole bunch because of COVID and everything. I wouldn't doubt they move us into a primetime game or maybe a 3 o'clock game.
Well, the only Pro Bowler on our offense is the new guy, Phillip Lindsay.
Yep.
And the fact that this offense is firing on all cylinders like this as of late with Tua in there, thank God.
Yep.
It is deadly, man. It is control. Yep. The run game looks great. Duke, did you hear the stadium? Duke. Yeah, and I think it started with a ooh like that because he played that hit, and then everyone was like, "Yeah, that's right, dude."
But later in the game they did it again too. You know what it brought me? It just brought me so much joy that our Dolphins fans are traveling like that. I mean, I know I watched on Twitter. There were so many people from the Dolphins community made the trek to New Orleans for tonight's game. And dude, if we travel like that, it's game over. We get
Dolphins have always traveled well. We've always traveled well, man. They do the MetLife takeover. That's right. Now there's reason for us Dolphin fans to go, you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm putting that game on my credit card. We're going to the game. We're gonna win. We're going to the game. I'm putting it on the credit card. Let's go do it. It's really, man, the interceptions. I mean, bro, I thought Baker got screwed over two fumbles he got. Man. That Alvin Kamara strip where they said that he didn't,
forward progress. I was like, no, dude, he took that ball, bro.
No, he snagged that ball. Don't tell me, you're just like, all right, listen, we can't let him take every friggin' ball. Every possession is that, dude. They were at the start of the fourth quarter. They only had 104 yards of offense on the Saints, and Waddle had like
10 yards.
98. Yeah, like 90
10 yards
something.
less.
Yeah, 10 yards less. And
Yeah.
they were 0 for 8 on third down. I
Yep.
think they had a negative 13-yard total on third down.
Yeah, it was real close to that. Because at one point they got to 0-9, and it was just but they at the end they got that first down of the game, and that I guess Peyton may have broke a record for getting a first down in every game he's coached in the Saints uniform. It took almost the entire game for them to get their first down like that. Yep. And granted, I get it, Ian Book, but the boy played out. Like the defensive line didn't get much time, but he played well.
For a team riddled by COVID and they're number 1 in roster turnover, I think it was, I don't know, I got the stat written down somewhere, but they've got more different players. I think 52 different players.
57 players this year.
Yeah, they're number 1 by one guy to the Texans, which isn't saying much.
In 2019, for his first year, we had like 55 players play that year too.
Yeah, I know. That's right. That they broke our record. The Texans did, and now the Saints did. I gotta say they did well, but I mean, bro, he's a pro, he's a Hall of Fame coach. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as you saw, he noticed that on third down, if it's 3rd and 4, they're mixing it up. You're done, bro. You need 3rd and less than 4 to actually do something. So he started mixing it up on 1st and 2nd down, and they found. I don't know, man. We beat the shit out of them, bro. We beat that ass, bro, like we should have.
There's one play I really do want to call attention to. It was that 4th and 2 play, and it was a 2-man route. They had one guy, he ran up to the first down marker, or ran up to the first down yardage and stopped, turned around. The other guy was doing a drag route along the end. It shows a testament to the communication the Dolphins have because they passed all that off, and he had nowhere to go. There was literally nowhere for him to throw it. If he threw it, it was going to be an interception. He did the only thing he could do on 4th down, throw it away. Yeah. But the communication, this defense, I mean, it just comes back to what we were talking about. This defense is playing so well right now. It's man, it's just so exciting as a Dolphins fan.
It really, really is, man. I can't be more jacked up for going against the Titans coming up.
Yep.
Derrick Henry list Titans. Not that they're, they just.
Hey, my boy Deontay Foreman from Texas, he don't sleep on him, bro. He's putting up yards.
They first of all, we know Tannehill. He has no peripheral vision. If we can get upfield and come back, he's in trouble. He has no pocket awareness.
Don't be hating on my boy, man.
Listen, I don't want to hate on him.
Was a wide receiver in college.
No. Listen, I don't want to hear that. Just because he played wide receiver in college, don't mean he was a trained wide receiver over a trained quarterback.
He went from wide receiver, never playing quarterback as a kid growing up in football. You know the importance of playing your position early, and he ended up going into the Dolphins. And I get the knock on Tannehill. But on the run, in the 2-minute drill, and in the 4th quarter, the guy was money. His stats were right up in line with top 5 in the league. But he is Tannehill, and he's gone for a reason. We moved on to get this guy Tua. I get it all, but it is going to be bittersweet if we're able to beat him to set up, like we talked about earlier today, set up that win and get in against Patriots at home.
Tannehill isn't winning you games. He can distribute to guys and talented football players or the defense. He can lose you games, though, as you know. We'll get more on that as we go on. Guys, please hit us up in the comment sections if you got questions. You want to talk about the game. It was a great game Monday night, having a good time. Little kitty. I know the other cat, she was just over here running around. It's my mom's cat. I'm at my mom's house, so I'll be back in town.
It's Quinn.
Quinn?
She's got a heart on her ear.
Aw, she sure does.
Yeah, she's sweet.
So I'm happy that this defense did exactly what I thought they should do, and that's beat the crap out of this rookie quarterback. And the poor kid got abused all night. I got to hand it to Ian Book. He's
tough as nails.
Tough, bro. Tua too. We called this before it. No one better to question Tua's grit or toughness. He took some massive, massive shots. Austin Jackson literally looked like he's got slipped a big fat bill of hundreds.
He owes a steak dinner to Tua after that hit.
Steak dinner. I'm talking like, a bunch of massages sent to his room, and not the kind you're thinking of, dog. Not the kind you're thinking of, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, buddy.
Not the kind you're thinking of, Deshaun Watson. Not those kind, bro. Not those kind.
We be hating on him. He's going to show up on this team next year. We're going to have to make up for this.
We'll have plenty of that talk in the offseason. Right now, I'm reveling in the Tua talk,
dude,
man. I'm so happy.
there's all the articles starting to show up. Has Tua done enough to earn the reins going forward? Is he the future of the Dolphins? Blah, blah. All I know is right now, Tua is showing everybody that I can play. And he can play ball, and he can play well. And, dude, his stats weren't great tonight, but they weren't terrible, and he didn't lose us the game. That interception ended up not mattering, and he bounced back like we talked about last week. After a big interception, he bounces back, and that's what he did. That next drive, I think it was a 9-10 play drive, I believe, and we ended up scoring on that little shovel pass to Waddle. It was fun to watch.
Man, it was definitely fun to watch. I'm looking back at a little bit of the replays. He took some nasty shots. One of them looked like it pulled him down from behind. He bounced back up every time. Never gets disheveled by anything. He always bounces back. He learns from his mistakes. He hit, Waddle across for a good 28, 29-yard gain.
Yeah, the flea.
He hit a 40-yard bomb to Matt Collins. People can't and how about that pocket movement when he took up that strike? I mean, he just evaded the pass rushers. He is a legit QB. I never doubted him, bro. I never doubted him. When you watched him in Alabama, an organization that was never known for their QBs, it looked like, wow, they got a real QB now. And now things have kind of changed, but man, oh man, that kid's legit, bro. I'm so happy he's our quarterback.
I need to be careful about how I put this. I never doubted Tua. I doubted his availability.
Yeah.
That was it. It was just his availability because, I mean, same thing that was doubted with Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Doug Flutie, Joe Montana. They were all smaller in stature. You naturally are going to be worried about their ability to take a hit, everything. But as we've been talking about in this show, he's tough as nails, man. He's got the ability to bounce back up like Hines Ward, Brett Favre, the guys that never missed a game, that took the big hits and just got up and kept going. I mean, he's had the accuracy. He's got the pocket awareness. He's got the pocket movement. He's got the ability to scramble if he needs to. He did try to lay the lumber and got the lumber laid tonight, but he's got everything you need. He may not be as big. He may not have the gigantic arm, but he's going to put the ball where it needs to be. 7 out of 10 times, he's going to put the ball where the receiver's going to not get hurt taking a big hit because of where the ball placement was.
That's right.
There's so many people on Twitter that break down some of the really big plays that he's had over this winning streak, and that's what they're talking about is his ability to place the ball to keep your receivers out of harm because he knows better than anybody. He needs his wide receivers to be on the field. Come on now.
He did miss a good one to Gaskin today.
Yeah,
man, Gaskin took an ugly shot, and Gaskin's tough too. But outside of, like you said, there's like a couple passes here or there that just either sail or his feet weren't set right. But for the most part, man, that kid's, first of all, his pre-snap reads and getting guys where they need to be are money, bro. Money. He is putting his guys in the best position to have success. So that's all I can ask for. And then he can deliver, and the mistakes he makes, he corrects. It's not like you see him, put a bad pass over the back shoulder and it's not over the back shoulder and it gets intercepted and then he goes and does it again. No, he throws that ball again. It's put where it was need to be. And it's done almost like he's like, I have to do it right now. I love it. I love the guy. He's the best, man. He really is.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I agree. It's really fun to watch him. Well, he's by far the best quarterback potential we've had since Marino. I mean, I don't think you can say any quarterback we drafted had the potential that this guy's shown, and the ability to get close to being he's going to be a household name. Tank for Tua made him a household name, but he's showing everybody this year why we tanked for Tua.
And, there's no hiding that either. I mean, let's get real. They sold everything.
Everything, bro. That was the year I got to go. That was the year I got to go to the Dolphins game with my pops here in Dallas, and Josh Rosen put up a really fun game to watch. But that was the year we were tanking for Tua, and I can't tell you how many jerseys and T-shirts I saw at that game in Dallas that were tank for Tua, tank for Tua, tank for Tua.
Nice.
So, I mean, it was. I still wanted Herbert. I'll say that till the day I die. But I am more than pleased with Tua.
I'm definitely digging the progress he's made as the leader of this team, especially since after the trade deadline and the trade rumors kind of went, you saw kind of a better spirited Tua.
Yep.
And man, oh man, he's just done great. You guys, I didn't know this, that we're hitting like 63% in the red zone. We're like 5th in the NFL in the red zone. Did you see that stat come up across there? Holy cow,
they're going, and then the Saints are like 44% first in the NFL on defense. And I was like, man, there's all these stats starting to come out that I'm like, man, how we go 1-7?
Well, that's just it. You know, you put together 6 or 7 bad games, but then you get to the end of the year and now you're doubled it out. It all kind of levels out. It's just how it works, man.
Hey, I'd rather be catching fire now than the first 7 games of the year and losing it next. So
no doubt, especially because it gets cold, it gets hard. It's a tougher game. Guys are banged up. It's COVID. It's everything that could go wrong with teams, and we're seeing it. And that late bye week looks pretty smart now, doesn't it? It really does.
Sir.
Boy. It looks real smart now. A healthy team. Jesse Davis did a couple. He did his own work. He did a couple of blunders though. He let a couple of hits come by, but he did okay.
Man, he's going against Marcus Davenport.
That's right. That's why I said okay, man. He did pretty decent. Eichenberg only had I think he had 1 or 2. They called Eichenberg on a flag. That was the weakest call I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But he did all right. It really just comes down to this Austin Jackson, guys. I don't know what the hell this guy's problem is. He's got all the talent, all the everything. Why does he keep letting our quarterback just get blindsided like this? Why does he keep letting guys just myrtleize our smaller quarterback? I don't know.
At least Jesse Davis has fessed up and admitted that I got my quarterback hurt. You know,
Jesse will grab a guy and get the flag and not let his quarterback get his head taken off.
Did you hear that? They were talking about the I guess last week there was a penalty called. It was unevaded to the quarterback, so it was an offside. So they stopped the play, but the offensive lineman held the guy instead of letting him hit his quarterback unevaded, and they called a holding. So it was offsetting penalty.
I did see that. I did see that. That was I want to say it was the oh my God, what game was that? Was that the?
I don't remember, but I just can't believe they would call.
I think it was the Steelers game. I think it was the Steelers game, man. Oh, that was ugly.
Referees are selling because the play was dead. Unless it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, you can't hold a guy if the play's dead. He ain't moving toward anything.
No, he's not.
But yeah, dude, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm taking a big old Igloo 5-gallon container and I'm gonna drain it and I'm gonna drink it all because I really think the Dolphins got something special going. I just think everything's lining up for this end of the season run to be memorable, and I think I don't care what we do in the playoffs. If we finish 10-7, that's a win in my book because everybody wrote us off. I was trying so hard to find a reason to stay positive, and then that Baltimore game happened, and I saw a team flip a switch, and I saw it's still controversy whether it happened or not, but I saw Flores start calling the plays again, and this team started playing the way they're playing, the way they played tonight, and they finished teams off. They hit them hard first. They do what they're supposed to do.
They really did, man. I gotta say, I went on Go Time Dolphins, and while Charlie Touche was out with COVID, I came on. I co-hosted with Kadeem over there, and Kadeem and I were talking. This is back when we were 1-7. And I was like, "Listen, we make no bones. We're not thinking playoffs. Just trying to be realistic, because when you're 1-7, you shouldn't be doing this." And literally, we're breaking records to break the narrative. And thank God it's us too, because I would rather be the record breaker breaking the narrative than just sit back into the narrative and be a losing ass team.
Dude, we could be going for a top 5 pick all over again that we ain't even gonna get.
I know.
And now we're fighting. We're in the playoffs if it ended today. Like, that's just silly, bro.
All right, Mike, I'm going to bring my boy Tonk on. He's been on before. He wants to come on. He got in on the comments. Going to do a little bit of talking with him and stuff like that. Guys, if you're watching the show, you want to hop on, hit the link. I'll bring you on, do some talking. This is the tailgate party that never stops. I want to have some tailgate fun. Please, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment.
Gotta get a refill.
Yep, get it on. What's up, Tonk? What you doing, buddy? What'd you think of the game, brother? What'd you think of the game?
Game, dude. Kick-ass game.
Yeah, it was, dude. How about the 8 sacks? 8 sacks. That poor guy, he's gonna have to go to the hospital and get his spleen checked out. He'll be peeing blood all week.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the post-game interview with Tua was real interesting. I'm trying to get lighting good in my room. I guess this is fine.
You're good.
Like, he said that like they're starting to like hang out like outside of practice and meeting rooms and stuff like that. So it looks like they're becoming a little bit more cohesive, and you can really tell. Like it shows. I mean, I don't even remember the last time I saw the Dolphins on a 7-game winning streak, regardless
Yeah.
of what they were
Yeah.
before. I mean, dude, I don't remember that. Like,
No, I
Yeah.
don't. And I said to Mike earlier, I was like, a lot of people have been hating on Chris Greer and Flores, and there was talk about wanting him fired. But I can't remember how many times in the last 3 years of this regime where I'm in the fourth quarter of a Dolphins game and I'm not biting my nails thinking we're going to lose because we're leading, or God, can we pull out a win? Where I'm looking at the fourth quarter going, oh, we're bringing in the backup quarterback. We've already beat this game. We've won this game. That doesn't happen to Dolphins fans where you sit in the fourth quarter and feel okay. And that has happened a couple times in the past few years.
So, hey, what up, Tonk, first of all? But, yeah, dude, like, I still fight the mentality off. We were up 17 points, and I still was fighting the mentality off, man, we might lose this game. And it kept, like, trying to get louder and louder. And then we would just do something. I'm like, nah, we ain't losing this game. But that's what you're talking about. That mentality we've had for years is we're so used to watching us just lose the game. But now we're finishing teams off, and it's so comforting to watch.
Well, even when we went to the playoffs, it was limping in, beating bad teams by a point, miracle type plays, just ugly, and then we get to the playoffs and literally watch our quarterback get knocked the hell out in the playoffs, literally knocked out. It just doesn't feel like this is that type of team. This is the type of team that if we get in the playoffs, which we are destined to go at this point, we control our own destiny and they're going to manifest it. It seems like who the hell would want to play this defense or this offense firing like this right now? I certainly wouldn't want to face the Dolphins if I was an opposing team doing anything. A lot of people are shaking right now. This team's trajectory has been just steady going up, bro, the whole time. Little bit of dip here with this or that. But, man, with guys like Holland coming down, making big plays, sacks. I mean, who didn't have a sack today? There was 8 sacks. I don't even know how you do that. These numbers, I can't wait to look at them and check it all out, see where we sit. Because afterwards, they find out who's, ranked this or ranked that. Our rankings are going to shift on defense all day tomorrow, all day. It's going to be like, oh, this much in sacks, QB hits. I can't wait to see it, bro.
Yeah, it's just the I guess the most enjoyable part about right now is the fact that, I mean, what you mentioned about Tua, what he said in the postgame is just the camaraderie, the gel that we have going on as a complete unit. Christian Wilkins getting in on every time Waddle makes a big play. He's the first one congratulating him, getting out there doing the Waddle with them. Like, the camaraderie right now is, I mean, that's what you want. You want a cohesive unit, and that's the most enjoyable part because we have an organization now to be proud of. And I mean, it's been a long time since I could say that.
Yeah, we haven't had a winning record since game 1.
That's dope.
Dude, you had a winning record.
Yay, 2 times. You know what, man? It's a young team. They don't know what losing or winning. They just want to win for each other. They were always standing behind the coach. He's obviously got the heart and soul of this organization in these young players. This is the right way to grow a football team, man. It really, really is, bro. It's the best, man.
Yeah, and the last time we were in the playoffs was with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, and then we played Pittsburgh, I believe, and then Matt Castle had to finish that game off for us.
No, you mean Matt Moore. Matt Moore.
Yeah, Matt Moore. That's right.
Yes. Yeah, and Matt Moore got his bell rung by what's his name? Taylor. John. I think it was Taylor that freaking rocked his bell. And then because we had no other quarterback, he made it through the concussion protocol pretty decently and got back out there and did not look like he was ready.
No.
I don't know.
Hey, but I will say, if Tannehill played that entire game, I thought we would have won.
I thought we would have definitely had a better shot than we did with Matt Moore, but Tannehill.
They were on fire that year, and then it just
that offensive line when healthy was unstoppable. It just could never be healthy, and that's the mistake this team has made. We need 5 perfectly healthy guys, which today we didn't have no backups on our offensive line. Mance was out. Jones was out, and what was the third one?
Solomon Kinley.
Solomon Kinley. We're all out. I think all with COVID, right?
Yep.
And so that was scary. But hey, guys stayed tough. That was great. I'm just I just don't know what to say, guys. Like, this isn't where we should be, and it's exactly where we're supposed to
You
be
know
at the
what you
same
say? You
time.
know what you say? You know what you say? Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number one. Okay,
Yeah,
but
boy.
we're number one,
I've
baby.
heard that was back in the day when we still had answering machines and stuff.
Yeah, you would put it on your
I'd
answer
get up
machine.
for the whole damn song to get through it to leave a voicemail. I'm like, all right, we get it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's money.
That is, bro. That is too,
And
boy.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize this is Brian Flores' third season.
Yeah,
It's his
the
third
first year was
season.
2019.
Well, you know why? Because that first year was so bad. Not a lot of games were televised, and they only won 5 games, and they literally wiped out everything. So it almost feels like it's kind of like what Tua's last year. It's kind of like was a red shirt year for coaching staff, red shirt year for everything. I mean, bro, he's turned the entire coaching roster, everything. And finally, this was the year. He's got 2 offensive coordinators, has his quarterback coach calling the plays. They have literally shifted this into a custom-made Brian Flores run team built with the help of Chris Greer. And it is fire, bro. It's a young team flying around.
Yeah, and Chris Greer though is
6 or 7 years, I believe.
Yeah, no, Chris Greer's been with the Dolphins for pretty much almost his entire career. He started in the scouting department, worked his way up from the bottom up. He was a pseudo GM for a couple of years, but it was obvious he didn't have the cachet or the pull to make the right picks. And only since Flo, which was his hire, has he been making the picks, which is why we give him a lot of gruff about, Austin Jackson. But I mean, listen, they can't all be, monster things. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Brandon. Oh, it's on Facebook. It's on Facebook. We can't see it. That's why.
And then Marino is he's like a consultant.
Yeah, he's a special assistant to the president and CEO.
See, he used to be an employee of the team, but now he's just a consultant, and they're basically like a subcontractor. Listen, he was in the press box at the game, so he kind of there. They just
he was one of the ones yelling to his name at draft day, though. He really wanted this kid, and he really likes him. So,
yeah, no, I think this team was put together very deliberately because it looks like it, and they've taken their time deliberately to build it up. And now we're seeing this rock mush foundation is really building up something damn good in Miami, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels great as Dolphins fans. We are, like I said, man, at the pregame show, if you guys watched the pregame show, I literally was like, I would love to see Brissett come in because we're winning so much, and that's what we got to see.
I wanted a 56-7. Then you, it could happen. And then you were saying, I told you Baker took that ball from me. You're like, nah, they ain't gonna let him kill us. I was like, but that's what I wanted. I wanted us to do a 56-3. That'd have been great.
Did the Bills clinch this weekend or
no? There's still an outside shot we can win the division. They have to lose their last 2 games, and they need a little more. We need a little more help. Some other teams got to lose to give us the tiebreaker, but because right now they're 9-6, we're 8-7. We're only 1 game behind. But the tiebreaker can't be based off a head-to-head. It's got to be a 3-way tie, which I don't know how that happens. But like a game in the a game in the AFC, the Raiders game, because they won and beat Denver, the Cowboys clinched the division in the NFC. So I don't get all these tiebreakers, but it's been an unbelievable year. There's so many teams that are 8-7 or 7-7, or it's crazy jumbled right now.
Yeah, it's an interesting season, especially with having 17 games now.
Throws it all out of whack because there's no even number of games anymore.
I kind of
I
think it's.
I love it. I love it, man. I think it's going to be also better because it's just, listen, COVID has got all the problems in the world. It's COVID. It sucks. We all got to deal with it. But the NFL seems to be dealing with it in a right way, kind of like everything else that we've all grown in different ways to maneuver around the world. And I think it's going to open up caps. I think teams are going to get bigger cap. I think they're going to get bigger rosters, and that'll then open up the door for more teams, more expansion worldwide. And bro, before too long, in the next 10, 15 years, we won't be looking at Super Bowl champions. We'll be looking at the champions of the world in football. That'll be crazy. That'll be crazy. But imagine big old giant German dudes and Croatian guys all playing in football. I mean, they've already got it because this is America and we got everything. But if you had like the German league versus the Latino league and the American league, and we could come to some big giant freaking battle of it all, how amazing would that be? Kind of like the Olympics of NFL.
I mean, it's definitely possible, because we do go play in London at least.
Oh yeah.
So like, hopefully it'll entice, maybe get a league over there, or maybe even a team someday.
Well, they do have a European league already. And Germany is, from what I understand, because I got a buddy that's over in London, Go Time Dolphins, Kadeem. He told me Germany's blowing up just as big with football, as it is in London and stuff like that. So, I mean, bro, I'm telling you, this sport will be international before we know it. The betting, the live betting, just the fandom of it, it's going to spread. I mean, why not?
What's interesting is, I don't know how other teams, like, because I mean, football is definitely, the NFL is definitely highest with, like, concussions and stuff like that. But like, with all these safety protocols that they're establishing, and how like more offensive it's becoming, that might help it in other countries who have, like, different laws and restrictions when it comes to contact sports. I mean, I would only assume that it would help as far as that.
Well, you got to think too. It's like all, and you're right, because it's almost like the medicals and all the other stuff with everything. But I think that'll also be alleviated by expanding the roster. If you take, more guys to share the load of the snaps, there's less probability of a guy getting his bell wrong than needing to go play later in the game and getting his bell clicked off. You know what I'm saying? And listen, this is a contact sport. Accidents are going to happen. People are going to get hurt. But no, they have cleaned it up with the rules so much that, and there was a squirrely time there in the beginning with all the flags on pass interference and everything like that. And now the fair catch. The NFL has, because it's an ever-changing deal, they're ever growing to be able to put out the best product possible. And it has looked great, man. And even in a time of COVID, they are putting out decent games that are fun as hell to watch. And right now we're reaping the rewards, Dolphin fans. Boy, yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, no, for sure. Like, you're 100% right. I don't necessarily agree with the expanding of the rosters too much, because I find it hard to find 53 guys that legitimately can play at a high level. But I do see your point, and maybe that is a way to lessen the concussions and lessen the wear and tear on the bodies, and dropping the snap percentage counts and things like that, and maybe that can provide a more consistent product on the field, less injuries, more lengthy careers, and things like that. But I'll just tell you this: if it gets to the point where American football is being argued in the same sentence as football around the world, and we have to have that conversation. Dude, I ain't never thought I'd ever see that. But if if football goes global, and you got to argue what's real football because it's played all over the world now, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, it would be. It would be great to see. It'd be awesome to go, yeah, you know what? Dolphins are playing in Dubai next weekend. How cool would that be, bro? In Dubai against, I don't know, other
you
teams.
Might get year-round.
I can't think of a new name of a team, but they're in Dubai. How great would that be?
Dubai Starfish.
Yeah, there you go.
You'd have a year-long football if you're going to make it where we got to travel around the world like that, which would be exactly
Please give me year-long football. Please give me year-long football.
Like, no,
football's almost year-long anyhow.
You know what would be tight to like have it in like so like it's freaking summertime in Australia right now. And so like if you like
no winter weather.
Yeah, you could go play football like in the winter and the summer in the same freaking
Dubai Oilers.
Dubai Oilers. There you go. Too soon?
No, it was perfect, bro. That was perfect.
That's great.
Yeah. You know what? They could just route up the old uniforms. I got them laying in Houston somewhere, I'm sure, bro.
Well, don't
You
they
live over.
send all the team? You know, whenever a team loses the Super Bowl, they send all the shirts and stuff over there anyway.
Yeah, that's what they did with the music in the 80s, anyhow. I don't know if they do that with the football
Like they
teams.
got
That's funny.
2006 Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man. But yeah, I can only dream, I can only hope that because it's already become an international thing. They did do the Mexico where I think it was the Raiders that was kind of like the Mexico team.
Well,
They played,
Jacksonville's been the London. Jacksonville's been the London.
oh no,
London
they're
as
teed
long
up.
as they've been terrible. So
They're teed up. I could see where like Jacksonville Stadium and okay, look, LA shares there's two teams in that one stadium. There's no reason why that big old stadium in Las Vegas can't be shared with another team. Why Jacksonville can't fix up. Dude, I don't know if you guys have been to Jacksonville Stadium, and I'm sorry, Jags fans, but you know this. That stadium is a shithole. Okay. It hasn't had a damn thing done to it in like 10 years. I've watched the Dolphins beat their ass like 3 times. I'm in St. Augustine area right now. And so when the Dolphins would play at Jacksonville, I would go watch them. And that stadium is just dilapidated. Make that stadium new, have another team, share it. And then, I don't know, find 2 other stadiums on the coasts to share it with other teams. And boom, now you got 4 other teams or 8 other teams. You can, make it a 19-week season with 18 games. Really just do that.
So let's get back to Jets and Giants. Yeah, they did. Oh yeah, I mean that's true. They do.
Yeah,
play
they're the Jersey. No one can afford. New York land to put a stadium, bro. I mean, unless you got a hovering stadium, and if you get a hovering stadium, you're pretty badass.
Hey, the Dallas Cowboys play in Arlington. So I mean, come on.
Yeah,
now.
I don't even know where that is.
Arlington's my hood.
But
anyways, but no,
but like, I know is they got badass propane salesmen in Arlington, bro. Shout out Hank Hill. Shout out Hank Hill.
Hey, yo, the air conditioning ducts in Cowboy Stadium, you can drive a big old van through it.
Nice.
Like they're nuts. Jerry Jones put out the money for that. But back to this game, guys. It's post-game show for this amazing victory we had tonight. We did what we had to do. We had a few mistakes, but we cleaned them up and we took care of business. And dude, it's just so much fun to be a Dolphins fan again. It's been hard, and you ride or die with your team, and if you jump off the wagon, you go choose another team. So be it. Do what you want to do, but don't come running back when they're good again. And right now, Miami looks like they might be good this season. And like I said, I don't care what we do in the playoffs. It's been such a surreal turnaround that I'm proud to be a Dolphins fan. And ain't nobody gonna make me feel bad for being a Dolphins fan ever again after a year like this year.
So I just got this graphic. Ian Book is Notre Dame QB. 24th straight loss in the NFL by a QB from the same school, Notre Dame. That's the longest active streak since 1950 for a school to put out loser quarterbacks, which is crazy because Notre Dame.
Yeah, but they put out Joe Montana, and that was and it's been a crap hole ever since.
Don't need anybody else, right?
Yeah,
Alabama put out who? What was it, Roger? No, who did Alabama have back in the day? The only quarterback that was worth a damn.
I don't know, but all I do know is that it's been 24 straight losses by their quarterbacks, which is not good for their QB program for trying to draft a new one. Go, yeah, you want to be the next 25th quarterback to lose? Nobody wants that.
That's a crazy stat too.
I just seen it pop up. Yep. You guys pay extra for that.
It's like, screw you guys. I'm going to Louisiana. Your quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going to play in Clemson. I'm
gonna go play. He's like kicking ass. I'm gonna go down there.
Yeah, I'll go somewhere else because I don't understand. They got one of the best offensive lines ever, always, every year. How does their quarterbacks not making it? You know why?
They got Rudy. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but I guess you're right. They got the coolest movie of all time, man. They really do. I guess maybe it's a bad thing being that iron wall up in front of you. You don't have all the abilities that you need to learn to be successful in the NFL.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah, because
where are you located? Are you in Texas?
Oh,
yeah, I'm in Texas.
So, like, Is that like your? I'm just curious.
Yeah,
No,
so
he's
my
a long.
dad grew up with season tickets to the Dolphins. He's actually at the second and third longest game in NFL history between the Dolphins and Chiefs and Dolphins and the Rams. Yeah, Dolphins and the Rams. But they or Dolphins and I think it was the Rams. I can't remember now. But I grew up in Germany, and my dad raised me. The first NFL game I ever watched was 1994, and I did 93 or 94, and Leo Lett dropped the ball. Don Beebe recovered it, and we ended up kicking a field goal and winning the game 19-17. And it was so I've been a Dolphins fan ever since, and I ride or die with my team. But I lived some lonely days here in Texas as a Dolphins fan. I've only met one in 20 plus years of being in Texas. I've met one other Dolphins fan that was a true Dolphins fan since I've been here. So
There's more hiding around there than you think, man. I actually got quite a few people in Texas that have hit me up on Facebook and stuff like that. I'm gonna plug them into you after we get this bad boy
yeah,
rocking.
I know a dude who lives in Texas. He's from Florida, and he's a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, and I mean, I spent.
Then again, Texas is like, being in South Florida and being in North Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be that far away. Yeah, you could be that far away and still in Texas. So you could be like, yeah, he's in Texas. You should check him out. Nah, he's 8.5 hours away from me. I'm not going to check shit out. Yeah,
I drove from DFW to California, and it took me longer to get out of Texas than it did to get to California once I got out of Texas.
No shit.
Yeah, no bullshit. Like it's the longest drive ever to get out of Texas.
If you start from like East Texas and start driving and get to like West Texas, do you catch up with your own time zone and you didn't go anywhere?
You're about 50, maybe 50 to 100 miles away from the whatever the Las Vegas time zone is when you're in El Paso or Midland or Odessa, whatever. And so you get really close to crossing the time zone in the same state.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm on that time zone.
That would be crazy. Yeah. You start in East Texas and go to Vegas, and you got there 2 hours earlier than you left and shit.
It's like that. It's like that in Florida. I drove to Pensacola, and we're driving. My friend's like, "Is the time different?" I'm like, "Oh, went through a freaking time zone."
I know, bro.
Big ass state too.
It's like, bigger than it looks. You don't, man.
West of Pensacola, that's all day, dude.
Yeah, and you know what, too? If you're coming up from South Florida because it's so flat, you don't realize that right after Port St. Lucie and across to the West Coast, you drive uphill to get in Orlando. Like, you're driving uphill the whole time. And I only noticed this because I've been driving up and down the state my whole life. Coming from the north down, take you about a tank of gas. Coming from the south to the north, take you about 2 tanks of gas. And it's the same damn distance. How the hell? Because you went up. It's because you went up, bro. That's the only reason why.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep. So the Tennessee Titans can clinch their division with a win against the Dolphins. Too bad for you, Tennessee fans, because you getting that ass beat next week. Also,
hey, I'll take a 1-point victory. I don't care.
I want to beat that ass. Fuck that. I want 10-point plus victories from here on out, all the way to the Super Bowl. Let's get it, bro.
We got to stop the run. I know that.
Yeah, well, we held the run to no. Listen, Alvin Kamara had no shot this week. He had no shot against us.
So I think you brought. I want to touch on this really quick. You brought it up earlier how Christian Wilkins got under Kamara's skin. I noticed when I watch him play, I've never seen a more disinterested player. He just doesn't look like he cares to be out there. And then when he's not out there, he don't care. He had 9 touches through 3 quarters tonight. That's a Pro Bowl, top 5, top 7 running back in the league, and he's barely getting 15, 20 touches right now. And I just don't think he likes football as much as he should.
Listen, if you were Alvin Kamara and you had an amazing facilitator like Drew Brees that had every bit of wealth of knowledge, and you could just know what you know and be told, hey, do your thing because I'm going to give you this way or that way, and him just put on display all of his God-given talent, to now he's got to carry the load as the offensive weapon, and he got paid. So let's get real.
Yeah, but dude, you come from the same. You an athlete, bro. Like I agree. Anything, he's gonna up his game. Like, hey, now the load's on me. I got this. Let me show him I can do it. But I don't know. He just looks like
listen. He just tonight had the most touches
ever in a season for him. Rushes.
Yeah, rushing attempts ever. So they are working him. They're getting their money's worth. I think he's just
Well,
Dude,
dude, the Dolphins tonight. So Tua reached. He's like in there with Marino and Bob Greasy.
yeah, you saw that?
25 wins, yeah.
And then they're the first team to ever lose 7 in a row, and then win 7 in a row. And then the receiver.
Yeah, 10. 10, yeah.
Was it 96?
Yeah, he has 96 catches. He was the first receiver ever to have, or he's tied Jerry Rice for rookie receptions in the Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care what that record is if we ain't winning at the same time. So like,
that's the kind of attitude we want on this team. And
Yeah,
even from like even Jerome Baker is a Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. Jerome Baker, his attitude reflects what this team is, you know. And Omar Kelly, which I'll go back to that for you real quick. He says because Roberts is a big time flow guy, or linebacker Roberts. This team is never too high, too low. Everything is kept behind closed doors, and you can just see when they're on the sideline amongst each other and how they talk to each other. They're having fun. They're having real fun out there. Unlike Alvin Kamara, who's not having fun, as you can see. This team doesn't let. Bro, it's every moment to them. It seems like a gift, and it's the funnest team to watch in a long time. It's been a fun couple of years, but this team is just because they're all young, and you want to see young guys have success in their new endeavors. You know what I'm saying? And watching this team just build this cohesion it's been fucking awesome, guys. It's been awesome.
So their stadium is a newer stadium now, right?
The Dolphins, yeah, they redid the whole stadium, bro. I just went there for the Jets game. I went there for the Jets game. It was the first Dolphins game I've seen in the stadium. Second time I've been in the stadium, not of all time, since they redid it. I've been in the stadium a bunch of times. I went to a Canes game, the night game, their last game of the year against Vod Tech. That was a great game. I took my son. We had great seats. It was awesome.
I was telling you need to go.
Yeah. Remember, I went, bro. I went. So, but that new stadium, and
it looks dope.
Listen, so I went to Joe Robbie a couple times when it was still Joe Robbie back in the day, and when I was younger, I
said one of those times was with me.
I know you've been with us. You remember how it would shake on the concrete? The whole place would move.
My dad used to talk about that.
You would feel like the place was going to come down. And it doesn't, the seats in the stadium doesn't shake, but it's almost like there's this vibration because of the metal over the top with this thing. It kind of pushes the sound back down. So you literally, when like you're in a car with a badass system and it's thumping so loud, can't even swallow. You can't even swallow. That's what the stadium gets like now. And I can't wait for the last game of the year against the Patriots. It's going to be the loudest it's ever been. They're going to have that Richter scale. First of all, I expect them to flex it out to a primetime game if we take care of business next week.
Yeah.
Patriots win or lose, which I'm predicting a Patriots loss to Jacksonville this week.
Dude, you've had Jacksonville 3 weeks in a row. If you take this,
I don't care. I'm telling you, this is the week. This is the week.
What, 13 now.
Listen, I don't care. I just want Patriots.
He picked them against Houston. He picked them against the Jets, and now all that means is Patriots about to win.
I'm not betting on it. I'm just picking it. I'm not betting on it. I'm just picking it. You're right. But I think win, lose, whatever for the Patriots, it's going to come down to take all the marbles between the two.
This shit's crazy, dude.
It's going to be great. I'm going to do everything in my power, guys.
Hey, by the way, Tom, that I got mad respect for your hat, bro.
Hey, listen.
Dude, that's the old school, the great Marlins
dude,
logo.
You know what's crazy? I bought this when I was living in Portland, Oregon. I saw it. I was like, I haven't even seen that hat in Florida.
Yeah, dude. Dude. That's back when
you get at a flea market or some shit.
Old school.
Dude, they had so many badass players back then. It was so much fun to watch them back then.
Gary Sheffield. I got a Gary Sheffield rookie card, bro. Two of them.
Two of them.
Two of them.
Just hurt me twice.
Hey, I got you, dog. I got you, dog.
Hey, Mr. Card Guy.
Yeah.
Why is this worth $20?
Why is it worth $20?
Yeah.
Because
I don't know, because it's a miniature poster.
No, I mean, I don't
Does he-
know. It's just a regular damn old baseball card, but it's worth $20. I know who he
that
is.
35th. What is the 35th? That little
35th
symbol?
anniversary.
I'm about to get me a necklace for this next. That bitch be
Hey, that's
Oh, damn, bro. I like that.
hey,
I
y'all
like
with
that.
I know we talking football, Miami Dolphins and all, but what Derek Jeter's doing down there in Miami, y'all got
Listen,
bukus of talent.
We're
Okay,
playing
guys.
money now. We're paying money now, finally.
Yeah, but you know what?
Hey,
Like,
y'all
he
paying
was
money.
doing-
Hey, I'm gonna get on a little tangent real quick. Y'all paying money. That my damn Texas Rangers just went out and spent more money than anybody ever has in an offseason ever.
Yeah,
on
but
full
y'all are a
time.
bunch of cheaters and everybody knows it, bro.
Hey,
Come on.
no. Hey, I ain't a Houston Astros dirt douche. I'm a
Listen,
Texas
where do you think
Rangers
they learned
hardcore.
it from, bro? Y'all are in the same state in cahoots. Don't
You
even
see
lie.
this? You see this?
Yeah.
You see that up there? Yeah, that's the real baseball team in Texas. Houston can go kick rocks.
It doesn't surprise me that Houston did cheat. You know how Houston get down.
Dude, I hate Houston. Man, don't even get me started. We need to get back to football. Or I'm about to go.
Yeah, let's get back to football.
over.
Let's get back to football. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Brent, we'll do some more talking about that baseball stuff, man. Because I got some plans for that stuff. Because baseball spring is coming, and this is the tailgate party that don't stop.
After football season, you gotta do some basketball.
Hey,
Listen,
look.
I want to do basketball now, so I just got to work it out.
Chris, I got you. I got basketball, baseball, hockey, football, college, golf, tennis,
Listen,
whatever
I don't
you
know
want to
nothing
talk
about
about.
golf.
Let's keep the show going, bro.
No, we're gonna keep the shows going. It's all about navigating the time structure in a program.
You know what my favorite? You know what my favorite thing about golf is?
That you're gonna suck and it don't matter.
No, the way people look at me. The way people look at me when I drive by honking the horn.
In the middle of the backswing. What the hell?
I always like bringing firecrackers.
Every time. I get them every time.
Man,
that's awesome.
Asshole.
That's awesome. But yeah, so talk what you think. What's gonna happen next week? Let's get a little
we're going against Tennessee.
Yeah,
we're in Tennessee.
Post-game prediction.
I'm saying it's going into overtime.
No.
It's going into overtime.
Hey, I would like fighting.
That's all I can say right now. That's all.
Leave him hanging, Hawk. Leave him hanging, bro. That's all I can say. I like that. It's going into overtime. That's gonna be crazy.
Dude, it's just
Listen,
crazy, dude. Have we even played the Titans since Tannehill's been there?
Nope. No, we have not.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was feeling that way because
Tannehill's it's Tannehill revenge game. It can be.
It's also the last person we had quarterback taking us to the playoffs. So this is a very interesting game, and that's why I'm like, man, this bitch will be running close. I don't want to. If they stop the run, if they stop Derrick Henry.
Well, Derrick Henry's not.
Deontay Foreman and
Derrick Henry's been out, but he might come back. I don't think he's coming back. But there's been talk.
Realize he was out.
Yeah, no, he's been out.
I feel so bad now.
Yeah, no,
the only thing they got a monster on the outside. AJ Brown. I don't care who's on him. He's a freaking nature. He shouldn't be that big.
Listen, you just make sure to keep Howard over there, and when Howard's not, you keep Javon Holland over the top, and you will limit that guy. And all you got to do is make Tannehill pat that football. That's it.
Hey.
Pat the football.
Yeah,
and catch him on his blind side. He can't feel you coming. He has no pocket awareness. His mechanics are good. He's a great quarterback.
How many years did you wait to hate on this guy so much? I mean,
I don't hate him. I'm just real, and it's the reason why I was ready for him to get the fuck out of Miami because I was tired of watching him make the same mistakes.
The Titans, man, they're just such a dark horse. You know, like they surprise you, they let you down, they surprise you.
In my early predictions, early on, I could see the Titans getting to the AFC Championship game. But that's because of Derrick Henry. And also, they're getting to the playoffs. They've already clinched a playoff position. Now, whether or not they'll win their division, that's yet to be determined. But they get into the playoffs, and if Derrick Henry comes back healthy, That is a situation nobody wants to see.
Hey,
Where Derrick Henry could start putting up 150 to 200 yards in a game and just take the whole damn game over. That is not the guy that you want to see in the playoffs.
Look, I don't even think they're the scariest team in that division, and I'll be straight up honest with you. I think,
you think the Colts are scarier with Wentz? He can't even throw the fucking football.
It don't matter. Look,
yes, it does. In the playoffs, it matters.
Hey, it does not. It does not matter. Terry Bradshaw has 4 Super Bowl rings, can't throw the ball 10 yards. Listen, what I'm getting at is
Jonathan Taylor has been put the work on. He is not a Derrick Henry body.
It don't matter about the body. He's not getting hit. I'm telling you right now, the way that DeForest Buckner has that defense playing, the way Carson Wentz ain't turning the ball over.
The takeaways, their defense is great, but Carson Wentz is listen, if I was a Colts fan, I would be fucking pissed that I had Carson Wentz as my quarterback on this team right now.
2017, Frank Reich had Carson Wentz in the MVP conversation.
I know. But that ain't the same Carson Wentz, bro. I don't see Carson Wentz heaving the ball 60 yards anymore. I see Carson Wentz missing.
You don't have to.
I don't think
Tua can't even heave the ball 60 yards.
That's not Tua's game, and that's not what kind of quarterback you've got. It's definitely Carson Wentz's game.
No, it's hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor. No, it's hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Play action pass.
Okay, so your entire offense hinges around one guy that isn't a super freak Derrick Henry. That is not a winning recipe.
Michael Pittman, don't sleep on Michael Pittman, Mo Alley Cox, T.Y. Hilton, Zach Pascal. They got guys, bro.
I'm pissed that we lost to them. I don't like it. I don't think they're worth the shit. They'll go nowhere. Sorry, fans.
That's my dark horse team. I'm telling you, the Indianapolis scares the shit out of me.
Nope, not me. I fear not you, Indianapolis. You get out of my way. I'll walk right through you and take your Colt horse and shoot it with a Colt 45. How about
that? Jonathan Taylor has gone into the top 3 run defenses in the NFL and ran for 150 yards each time.
Listen, I'm not saying Jonathan Taylor ain't amazing and everything like that, but
I picked him before Henry.
I don't know. I would say, hey, Jerome Baker, stay on Jonathan Taylor all day long.
Talk. Pause. Talk. You know why? You know why he's not admitting that Jonathan Taylor is better than Derrick Henry? He traded him. He traded him in fantasy.
I did trade him in fantasy. That's okay. Didn't affect me none. Just like he don't affect me none. I'm still in the playoffs.
Like on the same league?
No.
He told me he traded him. I got him on.
I did trade him. I traded him and Montgomery for Cooks and somebody else I can't remember.
Montgomery was a good trade because Herbert ended up getting most of the run this year.
Yeah, he did.
Fantasy this year has been nuts. I had 4 season-long teams that I've been in for about 10 years, and I made the playoffs in all 4, and I'm gonna be in championship game in 3 out of 4. So it's been a fun season.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
The Titans won a lot of games this season.
No, listen. They're definitely a good team. I don't take nothing away from the Titans, but man, I can't even believe you predicted an overtime game. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I'm still spinning on the overtime game.
It'd be poetic to do it against Tannehill.
No, the poetic is
I think it's
2 interceptions by Xavier Howard on Tannehill because he knows him so well. And he used to pick off Tannehill all the time.
I think it's going to be low scoring too.
17-10. Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe even 13-10.
I'm thinking more like 23-10 Dolphins
here's
with
one
a
thing
defensive interception.
Here's one thing you ain't thinking about real quick. Brian Flores, Matt Vrabel, whatever his name is. They were both on the Patriots. They both were under Bill Belichick, and they both are trying to prove that a Bill Belichick disciple can win in the NFL. That's an underlying storyline too. This game, that overtime prediction, it's kind of perfect because this game has so many different storylines and so many different tidbits that goes into it.
All right,
it's a pick'em that I ain't touching betting fantasy wise, nothing. I ain't even touching this game.
All right, I'm gonna be bringing in Kadeem, guys. Say what's up. What's up, Kadeem?
What's up?
How about that game, Kadeem?
That was one of those games where if I wasn't recording the podcast, I would have gone to bed in the first quarter because the game was done.
Yeah.
So right now I've jumped on. It's 5:20 in the morning. I'm still up. I'm still going. I'm wide awake.
Yeah, you're still kicking it. Listen, I kind of predicted a little bit of that for you, brother, because we got a good win. It felt good. We took care of business. We closed the book on Ian Book, like I said earlier. I think this is going to be the beginning of Tonk. Tonk, my buddy Tonk right here, he just predicted an overtime win for the Dolphins. Not a score, but that the Tannehill revenge game is gonna bring a little bit. So not to look too far ahead, Kadeem. But
Hey, no, what you think about this game, Kadeem?
Yeah, what'd you think?
I think the refs tried everything they could to make sure that it was a close game.
Yeah, because Baker had 2 of them, didn't he? Baker had at least one of those 2.
The phantom hold on Liam Eichenberg.
Yep.
Like there were certain points where just like, okay, we get it. You guys want to keep it a close game. I think, as a Tua stand myself, I would have loved for Tua to come out and drop 30 on these guys. But the game wasn't about that. The game was about just not do anything stupid. And I felt like 3 seconds, the Dolphins are doing stupid stuff, like the call on 3rd and 2 before the half. Just run the ball, get the first down, easy field goal. Instead, you want to try and be cute.
Yep, Zach.
Yeah, so there was that. There was obviously the boneheaded pick from Tua. I'm not going to sit him and say you should have found Jalen Waddle underneath, because if you heard what Jalen Hurts said, so Jalen Hurts after his game on Sunday said, as a quarterback, when you're going through your progressions, when you're going through your read, you see certain stuff, you miss certain stuff. I believe that at one point, Tua sees what I see is a too high safety look. Matt Collins down the middle, and I think, you know what? 2 things I can hit in between the 2 high guys. I can hit Hollins. It doesn't work. It's intercepted. Is what it is.
Yeah, it kind of sailed just a little bit on him, and it is a hard throw. And Tua is super accurate, but he was playing with fire on that. Yeah. I think he was feeling himself a little bit.
Exactly. I was just mad he missed Waddle. I didn't mind the interception. I was just mad he missed Waddle.
I think knowing Tua, he'll probably say, looking back at it, I could have hit Waddle. I think that Tua doesn't see Waddle until it's too late. I think Tua's like, I can see the deep shot. I'm going to try the deep shot. If he had a split second, he could have hit Waddle. But we saw as the game was progressing and that offensive line started to fall inwards a bit, he probably like that extra second could be my ribs getting broken again, or or it's something or like a fumble or something like that. So listen, the one thing we know about Tua that when he throws an interception, it's almost guaranteed at this point the next drive is going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, and he definitely doesn't repeat the same mistakes. He takes a chance. If it goes back in his face, he always makes up for it. That's why we love him. He did it in college. He's doing it in Miami. We expect nothing less. How about that defense though, Kadeem? I mean, holy cow, 8 sacks, bro. 8 sacks, couple of interceptions. I mean, was it 2 or 3 tonight? I can't even remember. It was so much status.
2, the pick 6 and Brandon Jones. And they didn't give Baker his 2. But,
I know they killed Baker on his. They took a couple of bonuses out of his pocket, didn't they?
I'm taking care of sick kid, but that pick 6 by Needham where Van Ginkel got a tip on the ball, man, that was a perfect way. And I was like, dang, Chris Adams about to be perfectly right with this one.
Man, it was all up on that, man.
I think I don't remember how many penalties we had, but I think the low penalties is helping us right now.
It wasn't costly penalties. That's what it's been. Because
the Saints had some costly penalties.
They did. They had some drive killers at time. This team is still getting their
end zone. I don't know. I think that we're I think that's where what I was talking about, the cohesiveness of the team. Is that since they're learning about each other better, it's they're performing better, so there's less costly penalties, which can make the difference in a game. I mean, the Saints are
definitely in the
for,
momentum,
having missed calls or missed penalties in big games. So
but they were down all these players. I expected the Saints to have a couple of miscues. But I don't know, man. That defense definitely feasted tonight, and I was proud of them, man.
That rookie linebacker Werner for the Saints showed up today, though. They kept talking about him on the broadcast. He was the one that stepped in and played.
He did pretty good. Got that bad horse collar on Duke, though. That was pretty.
I was watching that leg.
I hate that horse collar, man. That thing looks more dangerous when they got from behind, get your leg trapped up underneath you, and that'll end a boy's career real quick, man. I hate that.
Yeah, I think that to go back to the penalties, I think at one point the Dolphins were like 5 for 65 or 55. My problem with the penalties today was that they seemed to come like in a bunch, and it was like that drive before half where I was like, okay, they got like a nice little run, okay,
Mhm.
holding penalty, and again that entire drive could have been a a game killer where if you don't get some of those penalties, do the Dolphins get 7? They probably definitely get 3,
Mm.
and instead they get nothing. And again, those same old Dolphins would have found a way to come out after half, give up one blown assignment coverage in the back, like that downfield. All of a sudden
Mhm.
it's 10-10. It's like, how is this game 10-10 when it should have been, 17-3? But, it didn't.
It's a little bit of what I said at the start of the show, what we discussed in the pregame, that I think we got to stop, shout out again, the same old Dolphin show, that I don't want to say we got to just, we're winning every game, but we got to expect this team more out of them because that's what they're giving us more. And they are living up to all the faith we put into them and all the, putting their necks out of, Chris Greer and Brian Flores and how they did this team and how they let go of coaches and changed it around. And they held to and held true. And it's paying dividends, man. This team looks great.
But I think like, and again, I do agree with you. My whole thing is, okay, well, show me you're not those same old Dolphins. And I think prior to this winning streak, what we saw was that
Same old Dolphins.
yeah, that week 17 game against the Bills where you need to win, and the Bills don't care about the game
And beat the brakes off of us.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
God.
then even though you start this season with a win, you then go on a 7-game losing streak. And we can talk about how the set played some of those games. But I was there in London where Tua was a starter.
Mhm.
And, with minutes left on the clock, you allow a winless Jacksonville team to go down the field and score a 4 goal. And then the following week, you play a really bad Falcons team and you allow them to do the exact same thing. So even though this 7-game win streak is nice, let's not pretend that we all, in the deep back of our minds, was like, the Dolphins are going to lose to the Saints, and we don't know how. Or if they don't lose to the Saints, they're going to beat the Saints,
Yeah.
and then lose to a wild Titans team. So you're saying?
Yeah, what I was saying is I think you're right. And you said, we need to expect more of this team, but I think next year is when we raise our expectations because right now,
Oh, yeah.
I just want to get to the playoffs. I just want to finish I want to finish with a winning record and I want to finish on a hot streak. And I want to see that this team has the fight to take it all the way, finish the fight, finish the race. And then I'll be happy. And next year, I'll raise my expectations. But Kadeem's right. I still don't expect us to win next week. I still don't expect us to beat the Patriots, but I want it to happen. But next year, I'm going to expect us to beat these teams because we've shown we can do it during this, the second half of this season.
Well, I think that's where we kind of found ourselves at the beginning of this season. When we hit this losing streak, we had high expectations. We all got taken down a peg. Then, Kadeem, I said so on your show. I'm like, we don't have any grand delusions that we're going to make it to the playoffs. And here I am with a delusion thinking about playoffs and stuff. But I even said, and you remember, Kadeem, on your show, Go Time Dolphins, guys, check it out, that I was like, this is a young team. It's going to take time for them to learn who each other are, the communication, but it's going to be worth the wait when we get there because these are younger guys. There's more of them taking roles. Everyone's got multiple different roles. This one plays linebacker and edge rusher, so on and so forth. The secondary, the front line, the linebackers, everyone can move around in that way. And the offense is doing it now too. Look at Waddle. Waddle's in the backfield, and I can't wait to see Lynn Bowden in this offense too. Another multiple Swiss Army knife type of weapon. It's really shaping up to be what the Patriots kind of did, but even more refined than that, because it's almost like the Patriots bring a guy in that did something well, insert well here and do that.
Yeah.
They are manifesting and creating and draft picking these guys and creating them to be multiple and using them as such and allowing them to make a home in Miami. this is going to be a great organization. It already is, but it's going to be one that we can be proud to root for. And we're going to be getting more of these primetime games, get more of the spotlight, all the good stuff, man.
I'll change my expectations when they spend 30-40 million of their cap space next year on offensive linemen and show me
that's
they're
happening.
serious about
That
building.
better.
Then
I
I'll
don't care.
change. I'll
As
change
long
my
as Austin
expectations.
Jackson isn't in the starting lineup because there's a guy that's making good money to anchor that down, I'll feel better. Everyone else I'm willing to give a mulligan on, even Jesse Davis.
No.
We gave him too much
Jesse
money to play
Davis's
his
mulligan
fastest
is
player.
that he should not be a starter. I don't mean him be a starter on this team. I mean he should
Swing
still
tackle.
be on the team. And Austin can potentially grow a little bit, but I'm talking about you obviously need listen, you let Austin sit back, give him a little bit of Noah treatment. Maybe he can do something. He has talent, but I think we need 2 veterans on this team, slowly rotate them in, and then this could be an elite offensive line. I want that offensive line coach from the Colts. If there's anything I want from the Colts, it's that guy, bro. That son of a bitch is good.
They're playing with their top 5. No, 5 of their top 6 offensive linemen are hurt.
Yeah.
I think my whole thing with building this offensive line next year is you've moved Jackson from left tackle to left guard, and he's been better, which is an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
I think while I like Michael Dieter, if you can find a veteran center and a veteran right tackle, I think it solves a lot of issues. Because I think one, you've got a veteran protecting to his blind side, that's fine. I think Hunt is one of the best offensive
He's good. Yeah.
Of the 5 we have at the moment. I think he's fine. And I think if you put a veteran center alongside Austin Jackson, I think it helps him enough. I think Eichenberg will continue to progress. So
were you mad that we missed out on Corey Lindsley, the center from Packers? Because I think that was the guy I really wanted. Because like you're saying, I think you put him next to Austin Jackson, and then I just think he brought that veteran leadership like you're talking about. I know it's past news, but I really wanted Lindsley here.
I think for me, and something my co-host Charlie says, I'm more surprised we passed up on a lot of centers in this draft because there were so many guys and so many opportunities where the Dolphins just go, like Creed Humphrey, come with the other ones, go if you
Dickerson. Wasn't Dickerson his left-handed center from Alabama?
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. It's like Dolphins fans are just like, this makes too much sense, and the Dolphins didn't do it. It's like, well, why not? And obviously, the Dolphins really like what Michael Dieter brings, and I get it. I think we all expected this offensive line to take a leap, but I think we're at a stage now where,
I mean, the Austin Jackson wrench really screwed this lineup. I mean, if Austin Jackson was doing his job as a left tackle, most of this shifting doesn't happen. Eichenberg, I think, will slide back to right. A lot of big-time scouts all say his body type, his technique, he's a perfect right tackle. I don't know what to do with Austin Jackson. I mean, I don't want to say scrap him. That's not a right way to go, and that's not going to happen. And I don't think
trade me.
No, I don't think he's even worth whatever you'd get in trade. So,
dude, get a 6th-round pick. I don't care.
No, you can't do that.
Like it's like I said, he's a left tackle playing left guard, and if I remember correctly, he's like, is he what, 21, 22? Yeah,
he's 22.
Yep.
So again, and that's why I said you give him a veteran guy, because again, we look at what Laramie Tunsil looked like in Miami at left guard around veterans. We probably played his best football there in Miami, and I think sometimes just having, an older guy to say like, "Young buck, I've got."
Yeah.
I think that could again.
Brandon Albert is you're talking about. You get a Brandon Albert in here type like we had in the Dolphins. He can train these guys good. I agree.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you bring, and again, I love what this culture is. Young guys, young coaches training young players, and it's like it's all good, and I love that. But I think it's at a stage now where it's like
mid-veteran.
Yeah, you get a veteran, or even if it's like an O-line coach for a year, 2 years. Like my whole thing when you hire Changeli was you bring in Changeli and you have a bunch of offensive guys around him who he can learn. And when Gailey rides off into the sunset, these guys all kind of know what to do. I think if you do that with your offensive line coach, so I'm going to bring in a vet for a year or two, and he's going to teach you guys while teaching the players and coaches. bringing 2 vets, center and right tackle for me, but I know for other people it's different things. And you go, okay, for this year, they can be a bit older, but in like you'll see the benefits in 3, 4, 5 years time when in that young line of Eichenberg, Hunt, Kinley, Jackson.
Looking at Pro Bowlers now.
Exactly, yeah. And I just think you just need to bite the bullet and say, we tried to, improve our guys, but who was the last offensive lineman the Dolphins drafted? And they were really, really good.
Yeah, Larry Tunsil. He got us a bunch of picks.
He's worth every dime of those picks too, boy. Yeah. He really was.
And the fact that he dropped to us like I did, like we shouldn't have even be able to draft him that year because of that Bong video that came out.
The gas mask Bong.
Perfect point, because that's one thing, Dallas, I hate always talking about the Cowboys, but
it's what you're closest to. So
Dallas spent 3 years spending first-round picks. Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, and Travis Frederick. And that offensive line is still Pro Bowl caliber with Tyron Smith and Zach Martin.
They picked up that one kid. They picked up that one kid from Clint. Yeah, Collins. Yeah, they picked him up at undrafted. I mean,
LSU,
that was the steal of it all right there.
Well, he had another issue, and that's why he dropped. But
I don't think I thought it was abuse, but I can't remember. I do.
You talking about Lyle Collins?
Yeah, he had something major over his head.
It was his baby mama accused him of it, but I guess they found out that didn't happen or something. I don't know. I don't remember.
If I remember correctly, he said to the team, "Do not draft me. Wait until my problems are over, and then we'll talk." And the Cowboys just got lucky. Sometimes it falls that way. And I feel like the Dolphins have tried that, and especially with Hunt in the second round. I'm a firm believer in.
I love Hunt.
I love Hunt, man.
The Dolphins addressed their offensive line issues. It just hasn't panned out because Eichenberg is a second round guy. Jackson is a first round guy who shouldn't be taking the first round, but Hunt is a second round guy. And I think Dieter, that's 3 of your 5 offensive linemen taking the first 2 rounds.
So let's not take one in the first round. Let's take one in the second. We've been pretty good with that. And I say, listen, I agree. We got to get a veteran. I don't know if it should be a center. I like the idea that it's a center because that's the centerpiece. It'll probably be a left tackle because those are the guys you pay that are worth it, and that's the one we need. And if we do left, then Eichenberg can go back to right, and then maybe we can draft a center. I do know that what's his name, Dieter and Tua have a really good friendship and connection, as you've seen. And at all offseason, they spent all offseason together just training. So I kind of like that kind of cohesion.
Yeah, and I get that. But the reason I think Kadeem's talking about a center is because the center lines the guys out that look absolutely confused when a guy runs right through their gap that they were supposed to block. A veteran center is going to put everybody in the right position. So those dumb mistakes, because it's just lack of knowledge. And when you don't have that knowledge, you don't know that guy's going to be coming in that hole and that, I'm supposed to double team this guy, but he doesn't need to.
Yeah, but Dieter is a veteran. He should have that by now. Next year, he'll have it even better. It's almost like, I don't know. It's a hard mixed mash to make because we still got Kinley. Hopefully Kinley steps in. Who knows? Maybe they get nobody and just scrap heap 1 or 2 veterans to fill in and plug and play and help these younger guys get in. And we could do, a little bit of cheap deals and make it work and not have to do it. I wouldn't like that. I would much rather go, hey, let's buy a Pro Bowl caliber, left tackle, shift everything around, get it put in place proper, let this cohesion grow, and then bring the young guy in as he, hopefully Austin Jackson can then take the place, and then the guy can slide to right and be the fill-in. If the veteran can start out at left tackle, get Austin to take his job and be the rotation 6th man, now we're talking. But you still need that center.
I think Jesse Davis ends up being your swing tackle because I think Kadeem's right. You got to shore up that blind side of Tua, and you got to shore up the center position. Not saying you're wrong, El Capitan. I think that everything you're saying could possibly happen. But I think if you get the blind side taken care of, you get the center position taken care of, then you can mix and match with Robert Hunt, with Solomon Kinley, with Austin Jackson, with Liam Eichenberg, with Dieter, if you still have him on the team.
I think Eichenberg is their answer at right tackle.
Yes, but next season, I don't think he is. I think he needs to learn.
I think he'll be their next. I think that's where they want him. I think that's where they hope he'll be. And as long as Tua stays the quarterback, which is a different conversation for a different time. I think that's the guy for that position to watch his blind side because
So
he's
then why
gonna
haven't they put him there this year?
because Austin Jackson is so freaking bad.
Jesse
that they
Davis
need-
is so freaking bad. They
yeah,
need
but
to
Jesse
replace-
Davis
replace him too.
gets beat and he grabs the guy and doesn't let
I
him
get
take
it,
your
I
head
get it,
off.
I get it,
That's
I
what he's a veteran. He's
Apart from
not going to
when-
need to be.
Apart from against the Bills when he just let the guy run past and kill
Oh,
two.
okay, yeah, that's true. That's true, man. That's true, bro. That's true, bro. He did let him get screamed on that one. I don't know, man.
I did say sign a center in free agency. The kid from Iowa, is it Tyler Linderbaum?
He's a stud.
So he's the one. I'm just like Miami. If you have to move up to get him, you get him now. And
You think you want to take him with the San Francisco pick?
No, I want to move up and get him because, like, to me, he's someone. Like,
Damn, you think he's going to go higher than that, huh?
I think so. And again, it depends.
He's good.
On that kind of stuff. But again, to me, is we've seen the Tristan Wirfs and all these guys.
Yeah.
Full. I still to this day believe the Dolphins would have taken Cesar Ruiz at 26.
Oh man, I would have loved that.
And the Saints took him. And I'm tired of the Dolphins sitting there and letting players fall 1 or 2 picks before.
Oh my God! Or letting someone jump right in front of us to steal it right out of Williams this year too.
So I feel like if the Dolphins don't address at least offensive line in free agency, what will happen is I don't think it will get leaked, but people will be like, you know what? I think the Dolphins are going to want Tyler Linderbaum, and someone's going to go, I'll move up and get him. So even if you get the center in free agency, you still take him. And if you've got to sit him for a year, I don't care. If you've got to sit Tyler behind a veteran center, perfect.
And this team isn't opposed to letting guys sit, as we know with a la Noah and stuff like that, or even Gaskin has he sat. They're not opposed to that. And it's a good thing sometimes, especially with these younger guys on this young team.
Don't get me wrong. If we sign a veteran center and we draft Tyler Linderbaum and we sit him, everyone's go, you waited the pick. But again, the Dolphins don't think this, they think 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one injury to someone and Tyler's in. So, and again, if you can sign, again, perfect, in what I call the Madden world, where you can do whatever you want. If you sign the center and the right tackle in free agency, and you also draft Linderbaum, you can say, Jesse Davis, we actually don't need you no more.
Yeah.
You can go kick rocks. There's certain guys you can say, we don't need you. And then at that point, like, if you've got, 6-7 offensive linemen, and they are Hunt, Kinley, Eichenberg, Jackson, Linderbaum, and then 2 thing, who's complaining?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining then. Because even if Jackson's the rotation guy, that's not a bad rotation guy. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It really isn't. I also think about, because and this rule changes because it's that international program that they have. They got Neto, Benito Neto from Brazilian League. And I mean, from what I understand, he's pretty much going to earn his way onto this roster. And I want to see if how cool would that be to get a Brazilian on the offensive line out there? Dude, whenever I see him out on the field, you notice him. So it would be really cool to have him as a rotation guy. We also have Jones, Robert Jones, that was out today. He's still in the back. He was highly touted. We got him. I think we gave him the largest undrafted free agent, or did we drafted him, right?
Is it like Cameron Tom?
That was Roberts I'm thinking of that we gave.
I think Cameron Tom was the guy we signed him undrafted, the undrafted guy, and we gave him a bunch of money and said,
"Yep,
we won you." So, and again, it's like, okay, he's undrafted, but the Dolphins have tried to address the offensive line. Just get to the point where you just go, your coaches are awful. So again, bringing a veteran coach to teach them to go, you're not a turnstile. All that kind of stuff. And again, it's Liam Eichenberg was seen as a late first-round talent. Yeah. When we drafted him, it was seen as an absolute steal. He didn't give up sacks in college. So what's happened between him being in college and him joining Miami?
Coaching.
And
it's got to be. It's got to be, man.
All of these guys don't get worse. Like, there's certain people who've been in Miami, like Richie Cognito goes elsewhere, and he's still playing. You know, like there's guys who go elsewhere, get better coaching, and look better. You know, so look at the Bengals offensive line. That's now a really good offensive line. That was awful last season. They killed Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, you know, again, with coaching, with a good quarterback like they got into, with good weapons on that offensive line.
Yeah, this run game too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that run game still needs some work, but it's getting better.
Philip Lindsay is, for
He
being
runs so
as
hard.
small as he is, man. And I saw him walking at halftime with Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin is a big dude, and he's like a head shorter than him. That guy runs hard, bro. He runs hard. So, all right, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm burnt. Kadeem, I don't know. What are you gonna do, man? How are you gonna just gonna ride this all the way? What are you gonna do? You just gonna ride this up till the sunset and just sit out there and just watch the aqua orange sky rise over for you?
So, dude, you're in. Are you in like England?
Yeah.
So how are you? So like we got a guy in Texas, we got a
Yep.
guy in Seattle, we got a guy in England talking about
Yeah.
the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
like literally 10 minutes before Kadeem got on, we were talking about this being a world sport, and then a dude from England pops on.
Listen, Kadeem's the connect, dog. Kadeem's the connect in England.
How are you a Dolphins fan?
Madden, playing Madden, and I needed a team to start a franchise with, and I was like, I've heard of
And they got a lot of picks.
No, so this is Madden 25, so a good like 6-7 years ago. And yeah, I was like, you know what, the Dolphins, like, I've heard of the Dolphins. They have nice uniforms. I was like, I'll go with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I've never.
That's the coolest.
Like that sweater you have on, I've never even seen that. Like, what is that?
Oh man, that's a special edition, bro.
Is that like a?
Yeah, so I got this from the US. It's like a hockey jersey.
That thing's fire.
Yeah, it looks like you wear it over gear.
Dude, that's one of the coolest fan origin stories ever. I played Madden, so I'm a Dolphins beat writer now.
Yeah. I've taken it to the next level, man. That's awesome.
Gone to any NFL games in London?
Oh, bro, tell him, Kadeem. He doesn't know, so let him know.
So I'm a sports journalist / editor. So I write about football, basketball, anything. So when the NFL is in London, I'm at all the games. I was at the Dolphins Jags game when I was over here, interviewed the players. Like I've got literally like the team sheets from that game. Like
that's so dope.
That's tight, dude.
So whenever the Dolphins are in London or any NFL teams in London, I'm in the press box chatting to players. But I should be in Orlando. I'll be in the States in August, and if the Dolphins have a home game, I will be there 100%.
Yep. Listen, if they do, we in preseason, Kadeem, we know I'm gonna link up with you. We're gonna get down there and do that tailgating, bro. We're gonna do that tailgating the right way, good old Florida right way too. Listen.
Playa.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's. I'm gonna close this down. Kadeem, thanks for stopping in. What's up? Go ahead, Mike. Last thoughts. Let's go around. Before we do this, last thoughts. We'll do a round table on the game, on the Dolphins. Mike, you go first.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
All right. Kadeem, you're next.
I'm the boring guy. Let's train hard this week. Get ready for that. To me, the playoff starts on Sunday. That's our playoff game. You need to win on Sunday. So day by day, every training session at a time. Just get the basic fundamentals right, and we go again on Sunday.
Tom.
Yeah, we're gonna prepare this week. We're gonna look at how to take Tannehill down, and we're gonna win in overtime.
I like it. All right, guys. This is the Finn's tailgate party. It never stops. Please, guys, like, share, subscribe. Go and check out Kadeem right below me at Go Time Dolphins. Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on Facebook. Follow him on anywhere. Hashtag it all up. Yep. Hashtag Madden. Thank you, Madden. Make it Madden. You are so good at what you do that you internationally bring the world together. Look at this. So, all right, guys.
No one maddened that you became a Dolphins fan.
That's the greatest. That's the greatest ever, man. All right, guys. Holler at your boy, man. Thanks for stopping by, everybody, and go check out Go Time Dolphins, Finn's Tailgate. See you guys in
Hey, I
about a
got
day
a
or
hook
so.
him in England. I just got a hook him in England.
Yeah, I'm coming through.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna get down.
I got that COVID booster. I'm about to show up.
Let's go.
All right, guys.
Later,
y'all.
guys.